welcome to another episode of Harpist in the Wild. During my travels in Europe in 2022, I bought a Harp E, a relatively small electric harp that I assembled in Zagreb, Croatia. It traveled with me to Austria, and from there to Prague in the Czech Republic. Meanwhile, I'd been practicing on it, and I chose this Bach Gavotte to work on. I'd arranged the Gavotte for lever harp several years ago, and had since realized that it was a great candidate for a piece to play on a small harp, since it only has one note lower than the C below middle C, and that one note can easily be omitted. The Gavotte is one of the movements from Bach's Violin Partita No. 3, which is probably most well known for its famous opening prelude. Bach himself transcribed it for the lute, or perhaps for the lute harpsichord. As I mentioned in an earlier episode, there is some thought that many or all of Bach's writing for lute might in fact have been for the lute harpsichord. But in any case, the fact that he arranged it for another instrument makes me think he would have approved of hearing it on the harp. The Gavotte is in the form of a Rondeau, A, B, A, C, A, D, etc., where we get the first theme and then something new, and then back to the first theme and something new, and back to the first theme. The D section suddenly has lots of accidentals and modulation, as Bach loves to do, and therefore a lot of lever changes. In the in-depth episode I did about my Harpy, I talked about how this new lever system is certainly not as smooth as, say, the Camac levers, and you can hear them here making some sounds at times, but I have to say I really grew to enjoy them. They give a certain tactile satisfaction when using them that I kind of missed going back to normal levers. When I started to practice this Gavotte, I figured it would be a fantastic test of how feasible it is to do a bunch of fast lever changes with this system. And I think the answer is that it's quite possible. So I'd been practicing this all through my stay in Austria, and when I got to Prague, I was ready to record it. On my way to record a Harpist in the Wild episode here in a park in the middle of Prague. Once again, I was lucky enough to be staying with a student, and she knew of this fantastic location, this hillside park overlooking Prague. Not only that, but she was also able to help film this episode. Wonderful location and a great spot for some Bach. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you've been enjoying this season of Harpist in the Wild. Next week marks the season finale, one more episode to go here in season 4, and it will feature Granados' Spanish Dance No. 5. See you next week. Cheers.